So the first thing you're going to do is head to MailChimp through MailChimp.com and head to their login page where you can create an account by clicking this at the top. So to start with signing up with your MailChimp account, you're going to have to come up with a specific email address that you can use to communicate with your partners. And this is also the email address that you're going to be using to interact with them regularly. So on the side, I just put a few examples of domains that you can use. So for example, if you're under a Christian organization, then you can use their email address. So I've got ricemovement.com. But if you're not under a specific organization, then you can always make up your own ministry dedicated email address, or if not, you can just use your own personal email address, which is fine too. In terms of your username, you can come up with your own username, for example, something like Brianna's Faith Ministry Partners or something similar, but you can also use your email if that's just your preference. So obviously in the video, as you can see, I just use my email. Then you're going to set up your password and click sign up. Okay, so after you have signed up with your details, you're just going to activate your account through your email. And now we can begin to set up your account. In terms of the plan that you select, just choose the free one because this is for people who have under 2,000 contacts. And then just click continue. Okay, so at this point, you're just setting up your account with your basic details, so your first name, your last name, and your business. In terms of the business name, you can use your ministry name. So for example, Faith Ministry Partners, or if you have your own personal one, then you can add your name. So I wrote Brianna's Ministry Partners. If you have a website, you can put the URL there. You put your phone number, and when you continue, just pretty much just continue to put in the details that you need, your address, the country, and whatnot. Tell us about your contacts. So if you have a list, then just click yes, but most likely we don't have any lists, so just select no at this page and click continue. This section pretty much tells them your purpose, so they know what other customizations to make, so I think just go for original content. Tell us where you've set up shop. So if you are selling anything, you can select any of the above, but most likely for the newsletters we won't, so you can just click other or you can just continue. Okay, so now that you've set up the entire account, this is the dashboard page. On the left hand side you can see there's a bunch of tabs. So if you go and click audience, which is the first little tab, and then go to all contacts, this will bring you to a page where you can see the list of all the partners, all their details, and this is also how you can add contacts. So to actually add your partners, you're going to go to the third tab at the top where it says add contacts, and you can click add subscriber or import contacts. I'm going to show you guys how you can add them individually. You just click it and enter in their email address, their first name, last name, all those details. So pretty much after a ministry partner has decided to support you, you'll need to ask them for their email address, and you'll also you can also explain that it's for the purpose of, keeping them in the loop of ministry updates and prayer requests and things like that. And then add the email address to your MailChimp contact list, and these are also known as subscribers. So after you've submitted that, you can go back to your audience list or your contact list, and it will show up. As you can see, the example that I just added is right there. Okay, so this is how you can import them in bulk. So if you have like a spreadsheet or something, you can upload or you can copy and paste the details in. So for example, I just have this Google spreadsheet of fake names that I just made up. So if for some reason you have accumulated them or you didn't have time to do them individually, then this is ideal for that. So at this point you can add tags, you can continue and just finalize the import by confirming all of the names. And after you've completed the import, you can go and view the list of all the partners that you've added by clicking view imported contacts. And this will bring you to the page where all of the example emails that I made up are now added to the contact list. So if you have a website, or maybe in the future you're thinking of building a website, I'm going to show you how to import partner contacts through that website. So you're going to go to your dashboard, go to the bottom left corner where your icon is, and then go to account. Once it loads, you're going to go to the top where it says extras and click API keys. So the API key is pretty much what you're going to use to sync MailChimp to your website. And in this example, I'm going to use Divi. So click create a key, and once it loads, you're just going to scroll down and then just copy and paste the API key. Okay, so as I said before, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do it with Divi. So add your email opt-in, scroll down into the settings, click email account, and for the service provider, you're going to choose MailChimp. Click add. For the account name, just put in your ministry account name. For example, I just wrote Brianna's Ministry Partners. And then obviously for the API key, paste it in. After putting your API key in, you're going to select the specific MailChimp list. So I'll go over this in the future, but then you just click the green tick and then go to the bottom 3 dots and save the draft. So now I'm just going to show you with gibberish, like a little example of what it would look like from a perspective of someone who would like to get in touch and sign up to your newsletter through your website. And yeah, that's pretty much how you integrate both MailChimp and Divi on WordPress together so that you can import contacts this way. So I'm going to show you how it looks. So I go view contacts, audience, and as I scroll down you can see the random email that I just made up in the contact list. So that's pretty much that. This is just an example from the Faith Ministry Partners website, and again a point of view from someone who would like to sign up. So they just enter their names, click the button, and then they will receive your weekly or your monthly newsletters. Okay, to actually begin creating your campaign, you're going to go to the left, click campaigns, and then at the top right corner you're going to click create campaign, and that's going to start creating your different types of campaigns. So select email and then enter in your campaign name. Just make this simple. No one's gonna see this name, but this is just for your viewing purposes. So just put in the date maybe so you know what date it is scheduled for. Okay, so after that we can now start on editing the campaign. So you can edit who you are sending the campaign to or select certain tags that you would like. You can edit who is from, so you can edit your name or your email. You can edit the subject, which is pretty much what they're going to see when they open the email. The preview text is going to be the words under the subject, but it isn't actually part of the newsletter. But you can do a simple and really easy to read subject that might, pull people into reading your newsletter. After that, you can finally start designing your email. So when you click design email, there's going to be a bunch of different templates that you can choose from. So as you can see, as I scroll down, there are all these different templates and you can just browse through them. Only a few of them are free. Some of them do require you to upgrade, but I find that the free ones work really well. For example, this one column one has pretty much everything and it covers all the basic necessities. So now I'm just designing it, so obviously you just click the little editing logo, and to change your logo or your image you just insert it, you just upload it by dragging the file in, and then you can just change the size by the image display size column, and to save you just click the save and close. And yeah, you can edit the text boxes and anything. You can play around with all of the editing tools at the top. It's pretty self-explanatory here, but this is pretty much how I did it. To further personalize your email, you can use merge tags. So for example, when you send the email, the merge tag will ensure that the recipient that is receiving the email will have their name on the email. In this clip, I'm just editing it and I just time-lapsed it so you guys can see that I'm just writing the content here. And yeah, as you can see at the top bar, you can change the sizes of the text, you can change the color, you can change the font, the alignment. You can even add links using the little linking button. If you want to add images, you can just go into save and close and drag and drop the image. In the video here, you can see that I'm just editing it by going to the settings and changing the alignment of the image and the text so that I can have an image on the left and text on the right. So I'm just uploading the files into the MailChimp, and then this is pretty much how I edit the content. MailChimp makes it really easy to be able to edit anything. So if you go to the three columns where it says content style and settings, you can just play around, just look around at the different settings and different personalizations that you can do to your newsletter. It's really easy, and if you want, you can pause or slow down the video to see exactly the content that I'm writing, but this is pretty much what the content for the bi-monthly newsletters for the Faith Ministry Partners is. So I guess you could use it as a template, or you could just use it as an example. So yeah, that's pretty much the simple newsletter that I did with the text, the images, the dividers, and just playing around with the colors and the themes of that. You can also enter preview mode by clicking the top, where you are given a display of the desktop and mobile perspective of your newsletter. This little preview option is really good for just looking over the newsletter that you have just finished editing. Make sure you save and close all of your campaigns, and now this is just how you can send a little send test. Enter an email address that you have access to, and you can go ahead and send it, and then go into your email so that you can view it from what your newsletter would look like if you were about to send it. And this is good for just double checking everything, and it's not necessary, but I find it's quite helpful to see if you have any mistakes, or just if you want to see what it will look like from the partner's perspective. Once you've finished your campaign and you're really happy with your newsletter after editing it and checking everything, you can click send in the top right corner, send now, and that will send out the newsletters to all of the list of partners or contacts in your list. And this is just a little preview example of what it would look like. So this is the completed newsletter. So this part is optional, but I'm just going to quickly show you how to set up autoresponders. So create an email, and then go to the top and click automated. And over here there are 4 selections that you can choose. Just go ahead and choose welcome new subscribers, and here you can edit the campaign name, which you can add any name you want. I just wrote welcome, but you can really write anything, it's up to you. Click begin, and it's the same as the newsletters on how you edit it, with who it's from, who it sends to, either if you want that to be delayed or if you want it to be immediately after you add them into your contact list. Just go ahead and click save to edit that. Over here I'm just double checking the from, so my name and my email. For subject, again, you can use any subject that you want. They wrote thanks for joining us and that, but you can customize that to your liking. And then of course for the content, you just edit it as you would edit your newsletter, except this newsletter would be for people who have just signed up or maybe used a website to enter in their contact details, and they'll receive a little welcome newsletter. But of course this is optional, it's not obviously mandatory for bi-monthly newsletters. So yeah, that's the finished newsletter. As you can see, I'm just looking at my emails, looking at the newsletter from what it would look like, just overlooking it. And that's pretty much the basics on creating your MailChimp account, setting up all the details, and briefly going over how to edit the newsletter and sending it out. But yeah, when partners financially support you, you want to be able to update them periodically, and so that they know that you're doing the good work out there. And I think it's a really good way to let them know like what you're up to. So that's pretty much how you edit that. That's pretty much how you create it, and I hope that was helpful.